So we're going to run through some quick fire questions, find out a bit more about your business and a bit more about the relationship and partnership we've got with between TD SYNNEX and Focus Group.
Sure.
So tell me a little bit more about Focus Group and the role you play in your organisation.
Yeah, sure. So Focus Group was established in 2004, predominantly a telecoms and data business, data connectivity business. And over the years, we evolved into kind of VoIP. Remember that?
Yeah.
When that first started coming along.
Yeah.
And
I'm old enough to remember.
In 2010, Focus Group bought my company, or part of my company, and it's evolved since then. So we've grown organically. At the time, we had a great method of being able to sell IT services into those kind of telco customers. And up until around about 2018, we started our M&A campaign where we're buying and building alongside our organic growth. My role has evolved a little bit. So where we came over with about 5 people in 2010, there's about 1,300 staff in Focus now, about 250 of them in the IT and cyber function. So it's been really good fun. And we've recently been backed by HG, so our new private equity partner, who are really, really focused, excuse the pun, on IT and cybersecurity.
Exciting times. I remember when I first came into your building and there was a map. There's a map on your wall, isn't there? Like a timeline.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing to see how the growth and the organic growth plus the acquisition growth and everything you've been through over the years.
Yeah, definitely. It's been great. And I think, a lot of our M&A is not just about buying EBITDA. It's about, capability, buying skills into the business, certainly around Microsoft and our Microsoft capability. So it's been a really interesting journey. We're learning something new every single day.
Yeah, fantastic. So from what I know about Focus Group, you were originally comms led. What's changed over the last years, change in direction?
So I think a lot of this has been kind of market driven. I want to say it's all down to me and I can take all the credit, but absolutely not. I mean, I think in 2010 we had the merge of kind of IT and VoIP, so where people kind of classed VoIP as a little bit almost like an IT product.
Yeah.
And I think with Microsoft 365 coming about, that changed people's mentalities about subscription-based services. Everything we did pre-365 was always on very short-term contracts. Nothing was repeat or reoccurring. And now our model's completely changed. We're an 80% reoccurring revenue company at the moment now. Yeah. So absolutely, the attention is, our heritage is telecoms, but we combine everything all under one roof now. So we're telecoms, connectivity, IT and cybersecurity and mobiles. And what we can do is we can wrap all of that around one support desk under one roof, a one bill solution, and we kind of have the more you take, the cheaper it gets with Focus for the customer.
Okay, I guess that's been a pretty big shift for all of your sales guys working in your business as well.
That's a great point. So the IT sales team has naturally grown. So I think 4 years ago we had 5 people in our IT sales team.
Yeah.
There's 45 of them now, but there's about 260 group wide that are selling other product.
Yeah.
And what we're doing at the moment is we're in the transition process of trying to kind of enable them to be able to sell other services like cyber. I mean, it's quite complicated stuff.
I can imagine, yeah.
So what we do is we back that up with a really strong pre-sales team.
Yeah.
So we can guide the salespeople along the way, and they've got people that know what they're talking about when it's customer facing.
Yeah. Cool. So what are Focus Group doing about their position in the cyber market?
So cyber's been a huge growth area for us, and it kind of started back in 2020, just before a week before lockdown. We bought a cybersecurity, cybersecurity company called InfoSec, and part of InfoSec had its own kind of vendor piece of software called Cybersecurity Awareness. Yeah. They specialised in security awareness testing and training. So when we're phishing the companies and getting people to click the links and training them on what not to do, and we realised actually that the number one entry point for all the ransomware and all the crypto and all the kind of infiltrations were coming from generally human error. So we realised that the uptake on that were people, because it's a full managed service, the uptake on that was phenomenal. We were providing a really kind of front foot type service to our customers, training them up, avoiding cybersecurity breaches. And what we've done is we've branched that service out now. So we've decided to slice up our IT division into three. So you've got our kind of MSP type services, which is break, fix and support and bread and butter stuff. In the middle, we got our Microsoft Cloud services. I think Joe's coming in later to talk about that, which should be really interesting. And on the right-hand side now, we've got our MSSP, so our Managed Security Services, where we've broken that away from our general MSP services. And what we've done there is we've built out a real lovely stack of technology whereby we can encompass pretty much all of our customer security needs. So that starts from the endpoint antivirus, going up to EDR, to MDR, into our SOC, 24/7 SOC, surrounded by the security awareness training. And we also kind of complement them with Cyber Essentials Plus. We do our application vulnerability scanning, our firewalls, Cisco Duo, Cisco Umbrella. So there's a whole range of product portfolio that we can surround the customers to make sure their security is front and center. And to be fair, at the moment, security does feel like it's the customer's main priority over a lot of other things.
It's good that it sounds like you invested at the right time, especially I'd imagine the move to hybrid working over COVID, massive spiral in terms of people working from home and being able to manage those devices in a secure way. It sounds like you were there at the right time.
You couldn't have written it. It's everyone went home. Everyone was sitting at home at their own little islands, completely vulnerable to anything coming into the business. So for us, the educational piece for employees was absolutely paramount. So we're training them on what to look out for, what not to click, and quizzing them and testing them every month. And actually, we aim to get every customer down to a 0% click-through rate now. So it's worked really well.
Great reason to work with focus group, right?
Definitely.
So we work together around Microsoft as leader of our Microsoft BU. What are your aspirations around Microsoft kind of now and for the coming years?
Yeah, so when I talked to you a second ago about those three areas of the business, we realised that it was all getting a bit noisy in that kind of MSP area, and we realised very quickly that we wanted to carve out our Microsoft and cloud services, because Microsoft is absolutely a key part of our growth over the next few years. And within our cloud function, we're doing loads of Microsoft before. I mean, you've seen from our transition over to you guys, which we'll touch on a bit later. Our revenue is approximately, I think it's touching on now about 15 million a year on Microsoft. We're doing loads of licenses, and it was about wrapping some of those extra services around what we can offer with Microsoft, whether that be AVD, SharePoint migrations. A lot of people still on-prem, moving up to SharePoint, but just getting the customer to take advantage of that entire suite of 365 products that I think half of customers don't even know exist, and just refining that adoption rate and just getting ROI for our customers. That's the important thing. And I think over the next few months, we're going to be executing on our go-to-market plan, and that would be about assessment-led solution outcome services for the customer, where we're going to be assessing our customers, making sure they're ready for the right products, and then taking them on that journey through Microsoft, through our relationship with TD, and I guess setting a gold standard for Microsoft delivery. And actually, because we're on the M&A trail, although we're buying competency and skills, we want to set a gold standard for Microsoft. So we've got a kind of center of excellence, or center of expertise, we call it, where when we're acquiring a company, they can take advantage of our best practice procedures that we've installed in that Microsoft business.
Great, exciting times.
Very, really exciting.
So as we mentioned before, we recently partnered, and I believe you were in a direct model before you started working with TD SYNNEX. What influenced your decision to move from being a direct partner to an indirect reseller with TD SYNNEX?
Yeah, it was a combination of things. So going back to that go-to-market piece, I don't think we quite knew exactly what we wanted to do with Microsoft, and we needed a bit of help. And don't get me wrong, Tier 1 model's been great for us, but we just needed that extra support from a partner. So obviously we went out to RFP, and TD SYNNEX won that RFP, and that was mainly around just getting the support, whether it be pre-sales, post-sales, all of that good stuff that Tier 2 can offer us that we were lacking before. And we felt that we couldn't execute on our go-to-market, because we wanted to crack. We've got 6 playbooks we want to crack, and we need a partner to help us do that. And even today, coming down to speaking to you, you're helping us on that journey by being a select partner.
Yeah, cool. So obviously now in an indirect model, how do you envision this transition impacting your business operations and customer relationship?
So nobody likes disruption.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit, of course, customer will get a notification saying we're moving to TD SYNNEX, but we can manage that with really effective communications. But apart from kind of a very simple notification to say it's moving, there's very little customer impact. And that's one of the beauties about going through this exercise, is that a lot of this can be done behind the scenes without there being any impact on the customers. And actually, credit to the TD team, you guys have kind of made that invisible process still invisible, and it's working out really well. And we're in the process of shifting all of our Microsoft revenues to you guys.
Fantastic. And there's a great white space opportunity, right, as you grow through your customer base and potential further acquisitions in the future.
Just your ability to give us the analytics and insights into what our customers are consuming. It was very difficult before, because you had to use all your own systems and your own technology to do that, whereby as soon as we've moved over to you, we've got our BI dashboard. I can see what our business standard base is like. We know that actually the natural progression for that is up to business premium. We know that our estate of business premiums potentially need our Sentinel SOC service. Another great layer of security we can add to our customers. So it's just really feeding us that invaluable data for us to progress our go-to-market. The other thing is you guys can offer our staff lots of good training. I think the billing's easier. We're just in the process of moving to bill by data, which is going to be an absolute dream, because it's a bit of a headache, as you know. And I think just being part of your select partner program is going to pay dividends, because we're taking advantage of this already.
Yeah, absolutely. So what were the key reasons behind choosing to work with TD SYNNEX? You mentioned we went into an RFP, and you took some time to come to your decision. Was there any key reasons why you chose TD SYNNEX?
So it wasn't commercially driven, because we knew we were getting very good commercials being tier 1. So we knew that we had to weigh that up by making a move to a tier 2, but we had quite a big revenue spend, and TD have been very good at making that commercially viable for us. The reasons is that we had spent a lot of time and money on planning a 2025 go-to-market campaign, and it really felt like when you're direct, you're a little bit on your own, and you're reliant on the people around you, where when you're partnered with a tier 2 or distribution model, you can kind of widen that net and bring the experts in that we never had access to before to really help us push the button on that, and bring in those extra sales and solutions for the customers.
It's good to hear. Is there any initial experiences or any quick wins that you've got out of the relationship so far? It's only a few months old, right?
Definitely.
There's been lots of planning.
So insights, number one. Like, the dashboards are fantastic. It's already feeding us loads of great data. Service and support. Obviously, we had advanced support for partners before, which was okay. And now we obviously benefit from the elite support platform with yourself. So again, our customers are feeling a bigger benefit now of having that kind of high level of support wrap. So long may that continue. But it's been a great move so far.
Brilliant. Look, we're really looking forward to helping support your continued growth. Exciting times, and thank you very much for joining me today.
Thanks, Darren.
Appreciate it.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.